Hi, I'm Lila Leatherman. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a facilitator and a consultant, and I really get fired up talking about how to make spaces more inclusive. I think this is a huge topic of conversation now, is how do we make our space more welcoming? How do we open it to everybody who wants to attend? And what does it mean to do that work of inclusion? But I think that there's a lot beneath the surface there and that supports those questions that doesn't always get talked about. First of all, creating an inclusive space requires more than just saying that it's inclusive. It requires more than just adding descriptions or identity markers to your event description. It requires really deep work and question asking, like who is this space intended for? What kind of services can I provide to these people? And am I the best person to create the space or the vision that I want to see? And I think that those are important questions, whether you're working toward gender equity or whether you're working toward trans equity or whether you're working toward racial equity and racial justice, and every combination and iteration of those in between. And I think that there's a huge amount of potential in creating these inclusive spaces, but it's important to have a broad lens as we're starting to create them so that we don't end up doing harm or perpetuating alienation as we try to create these more inclusive spaces. But I think it's a hard balance also between reaching really hard and trying the new thing, trying the big thing, and also like being too afraid to start. I think it's okay to mess up. I think it's okay to fail. I think we are all intrinsically going to fail in these efforts of working toward equity, of working toward inclusion, of working toward justice and all the things that we want to see. But I think the key thing is being receptive to these kinds of feedback, receptive to the conversations, and continuing on that learning process. That's the place where I tell people to start, is acknowledging that you're going to fail, and what happens when you fail, and who do you have to help check you, and what work have you done to look at yourself and your own processes that helps you come to these spaces as as a leader or as whoever. And I'm one place that we can talk more about this is at We Are Changemakers, and I'll be excited to see y'all there.